Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, hello, my name is Carly and today I am going to talk about how to start saving some money for whatever you want to save it for really. Me and Terry, my husband Terry, we have recently saved a deposit, enough for a deposit on our first home, which we're really proud of how we've done that. So I thought it would be really nice to do a little money saving series on just my tips and tricks really of how to save money. So today there will be 10 tips. What is wrong with me today? I can't speak. So today there will be 10 tips on how to start saving money, because you need to start somewhere and sometimes that can be the hardest bit really. So yeah, let's get straight into it. So number one is to have an end goal. Know exactly how much you want to save. So whether that be for a deposit on a house, or a new designer bag, or a holiday, whatever it is that you want to save for, know exactly how much you want to save. So just do your research. If it's for something like a bag, go online and see how much it costs. If it's for a deposit on a house, you need to go see a mortgage broker and see what your budget will be and how much you can afford, and then they'll be able to tell you how much you need to save for a deposit. So always definitely have an end goal, so you know exactly how much you need to save, but also it gives you something to work towards. A lot of people say that they're going to save money, but they don't know how much they're going to save really. So yeah, it's always good to have an end goal, something in sight, something to work towards. Number two is to have a plan, so you know exactly how much you want to save now. So make a plan basically, work out how long you want to be saving for. So is it a year, is it 2 years? So what I do is I take the end amount that I need to save, and then I will divide it by the amount of months that we need to save for, and then we can work it into our budget, which takes me nicely onto my third one. Number three is to have a budget. Make sure you know exactly what's coming in and going out every month. It will make your life so much easier and will take all the stress away. I find since having a budget and knowing exactly what's coming in and what's going out, I don't worry I don't worry as much about money as I used to do. So there's loads of different tools online you can use. Personally, I just made my own little Excel spreadsheet up, and it's literally got everything. So it's got household bills, car and maintenance, going out, eating, leisure, literally everything that is going to happen that month. And then obviously I've got how much we earn and how much is what's coming from other revenue streams, and at the bottom we've got a total of how much we've got left. So it's a really good tool to have. Like I said, it just takes all the stress away. Number four is open a savings or a bank account specifically for whatever you're saving for. Just so you know, everything that's in that account is for that particular thing and you won't touch it. I find if I keep it in my own bank account, it's just going to get spent. So we have a separate savings account for our home fund, and we don't touch it at all. And you might find that if you're saving for two or three things at a time, you might want to open 2 or 3 different accounts, so you've got an account for every different fund. I know a lot of people have like one for their holidays, one for a new car, one for clothing. So I think it's a really good way of just keeping on track and knowing that you can't spend that money in an account because it's already earmarked for something else. Number 5 is to do a money makeover. Have a look at your finances and see where you could save money and put that towards whatever you want to save for. There's a really good one actually over on Martin Lewis's website. I think it's called moneysavingexpert.co.uk or .com actually. And it literally goes through everything that you can have a look at in your finances and see where you can get things a bit cheaper really. So things like Sky and your car insurance, any kind of insurances, just everything. Just meticulously go through. So this be quite useful to do once you've got your budget, because you'll have everything laid out in front of you and you'll know exactly how much you pay and exactly where all your money's going. And you might be able to even see from just doing your budget where you can make cuts. So for example, you might have a Netflix account, an Audible account, an Amazon Prime account and Sky. You don't really need all of that really, unless you can watch 4 and listen to 4 things at once. Yeah, so it might be that you want to get rid of your Amazon Prime, or it might be that you want to get rid of your Netflix or your Sky. Personally, I would rather not have Sky and have Netflix, because there's just more to watch on there really. Yeah, so go through, have a real makeover of your money basically, and see where you can cut on spending, and then that money that you do save you can put towards your pot for your whatever you're saving for. And it might even mean that it won't take you as long to save as what you thought it would to save this thing either, which is a bonus. Number 6 is unnecessary purchases. So I've kind of touched on this already with the money makeover. Just get rid of any unnecessary purchases. So if you've got a gym membership that you don't use, get rid of it. If you've got, like I said, Netflix or Sky or whatever that you don't use, get rid of it. Just anything that's unnecessary. Or so if you have a coffee every morning, can you get a travel coffee mug and make your coffee at home before you go to work? Save yourself money and put that towards whatever you're saving for. Just look at everything that is not necessary in your life and cut it basically. You've got to be really ruthless, especially if it's something that you really want. You won't mind cutting these things out of your life. Number 7 is make sure you budget in some treats. So maybe it could be just one treat a month or one treat every few months. Just make sure there's just a small budget there, just for maybe a meal out, or a takeaway, or a new top, or some new makeup. I just find if you just go proper regimented and you can't have anything extra or no treats, you will fall off that wagon, especially if you're saving for the long term. So just make sure they're budgeted in, so you know that you're going to get something nice, you're going to be treated. Otherwise you will fall off the wagon, and you'll find that you will end up spending a lot more than you really wanted to. So if you've got it budgeted into your budget, then it won't be so bad. So number 7 is to look at what perks you can get. So it could be government benefits. Make sure you are claiming all the government benefits that you are entitled to. Work perks is a good one. So for instance, Terry gets a lot of perks from his work. So he gets vouchers and discount codes, and we actually get these gift cards from his work perks that we can top up every month, and we get cash back on them. We have a Tesco one, and we put our monthly food budget at the start of the month on the Tesco gift card, and we get some cash back on it every month, which is quite handy. So we let that kind of build up, and then we'll take that out once a year and either use it for Christmas or put it into our savings budget, whatever we feel we need it for. So it's a really good way, and it keeps you on track as well. So yeah, definitely look at what perks you can get from work. You'll be quite surprised at what perks you can get. Sometimes they don't rave about them because they don't really want you using them, but yeah, definitely have a look and see what you can get. It might not be from your work, like for me it's from my partner's work. So yeah, just have a look and see what you can get, because some of them ones can really save you a lot of money as well. Okay, I know I said that I had 10 tips, but I lied. I've only got 9. There's only 1 left. So number 9 is actually quite a radical one, is move. So this might not be actually right for everybody, but for us, how we saved a lot of money is that we moved in with my parents. Obviously I know that's not feasible for everybody, but is there a chance that you could move into a smaller place, even if it's just for a year or 6 months, just to save that little bit extra on the rent? If you have got parents that you can move into, happy days. You will save so much money. We do still pay rent to my parents, but it's a fraction of what we were paying when we were living in our own flat. And plus we don't have all the bills that come with it as well, because we just pay them one flat fee a month and then it's done. So it's quite nice just to have that taken away from you for a little while. Yeah, so I know it's a radical one, but if you can consider moving at all, like I said, it doesn't have to be into your parents, it could be into a smaller place if you can just stomach it for a little while. Yeah, just if you can't, fair enough, not everyone has that choice, but it's definitely something to think about. It can be hard, I'm not gonna lie, but if you have that end goal in your mind, it will be worth it in the end. So we're not thrilled about having to live here, especially in our 30s and with a child, but we just keep thinking in our heads, at the end of it, we are going to have our own house. When I have my tough days, or Terry has his tough days, and you're just fed up and we want our own space, we just think about, we're gonna have our own house, or we could be stuck in that 1-bedroom flat with a child now. So it kind of weighs it up for you, and it kind of just gives you that focus just to keep going, and yeah, just keep going and just to be positive, because the more negative you be, just the worse you feel, and it doesn't help anyone really, and it doesn't help the situation that you're in. So yeah, I know it's a radical one, but definitely think about it, because that is probably where you're going to save the most of your money. So that is pretty much it. So I'm sorry it wasn't 10 tips, I lied, it was only 9, but you kind of get the gist. I hope it gives you a starting point if you're on a saving journey, because it can be hard. It's nice, it's so easy to say that you're going to save for this year, I'm going to save for my house, or this year I'm going to save for my designer bag that I've always wanted, but sometimes a little bit of planning just needs to go into it so it actually happens, and that it actually happens basically. So yeah, I hope these tips have really helped. If they have, please do give this video a big thumbs up. If you are new here, please do click that subscribe button, because we'd love for you to stick around, and there will be a couple of more money saving videos as well. So I'm going to do 5 top tips on saving in different areas. So I've got like your household bills, saving on clothing, I've got a couple more here, saving on when you go to work. Yeah, so I've got a few that I want to get through. So yeah, there'll definitely be some more videos on money saving, so please do stick around. Yeah, and thanks for watching, and we will see you next time. Bye.